Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I am so excited for today's video because I've been meaning to get around to this. I've had these products sitting here for the last few days. I am going to be doing a full face trying new and well-loved Tarte makeup. So I placed an order on Sephora and on Ulta for all of the new goodies that Tarte recently dropped, and I cannot wait to dive into them. A couple of them you've seen me use already on my channel, like the new Tarte tubing mascara, but a lot of the other stuff is brand new. So I'm excited for today's video. I think I have a Tarte playlist, and if I don't, I'm gonna make one, and I'm gonna have my Tarte playlist linked in a pinned comment of today's video, along with all the makeup that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. And if it is your first time here on my channel, hello, welcome. So happy to have all of you here. My name is Steff. I love doing new makeup reviews. I try everything on my channel, all different price points. I just like trying new makeup. Always have, always will. So if that sounds like something you want to see on pretty much a daily basis, because I do upload quite a lot of videos, do me a favor and please click on that subscribe button. Also hit the little bell so that you'll be notified whenever I do upload a video. I tend to upload in the evenings. And give this video a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoy watching. Happy to have everybody here. Let's get started, guys, because I'm really excited for this Tarte haul. So if you guys want to see all this new Tarte makeup in action, keep on watching. Okay, so let's start first with this new primer. And one thing I do want to mention about Tarte is that I love that when they do a release, they tend to do it both in the normal size and in the mini size. So you're going to see a few minis in today's haul because, let's face it, guys, I have a lot of makeup, so I rarely finish makeup. Like, it'll probably expire by the time that I get to finish it. But those of you at home who don't buy the amount of makeup that I do, you might be okay with the full size, or maybe it's just something that you want to try out, you're a little unsure of, then go the mini size route. I'm a big fan of mini size makeup. So this primer is the Smoothing Primer, and this is from the Face Tape or Shape Tape line. So let's go ahead and try this out. Again, this is the mini size. The mini size, how much did it retail for? It could have been like 15 or 16. So I'm a big fan of the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, which is a bit more putty-like. You definitely have to like work that into the complexion. This feels a lot lighter, and it's a bit more on the creamy side. So it's really easy. It feels really nice too, but it's really easy to just glide and press and smooth over the skin. Now, I really like that Timeless Smoothing Primer. I feel that's a good smoothing and pore filling primer. So I'm going to be really curious about this one. All I have on my complexion, well, other than my skincare, is my SPF, and I'm using the new shade in the Supergoop Glow Screen. The shade is Golden Hour. Love that one. That made my June favorites. I don't smell a scent or anything with this primer. It just feels really good. It feels really nice. So for foundation today, I know Tarte has recently released a couple powder foundations, which I will be using one of them in today's video. I'm going to be using it more as a setting powder rather than a foundation. That's how I have discovered it works best for me. But I wanted to go in with a liquid foundation. So this is actually a serum foundation. This is a Tarte C Hydroflex Serum Foundation, and I have the shade 14S, which is a fair light sand. And I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush. Now, I do have a review over this particular foundation, so I will have, again, my Tarte playlist linked in a pinned comment. That way you can browse through and see. I've been on YouTube for 3 years now, so I have quite a few videos. And for those of you that it's your first time watching me, I love foundation reviews. That's one of my most favorite things to do here on my channel. And you'll definitely find a review over this foundation that I'm applying in my Tarte playlist. All right, I think that this foundation went on top of that primer perfectly. I'm not seeing any funny business going on. I think everything just looks really good. Now for concealer, I'm gonna use one of my favorites at the moment, and this is also from that Tarte C line. This is the Powerflex Concealer, and I'm gonna be using the shade 14N. Once again, I do have a review over this, and it'll be in the playlist. Right here, I have some minor discoloration, old acne scars, so I always just add a little bit of concealer there. This concealer, if you're unfamiliar with it, it is full coverage and it lasts all day. Like, it doesn't crease, it doesn't crack. It is an awesome, awesome concealer. The foundation I used is more of like a light to medium coverage. I would say a good medium coverage. And obviously the concealer is more of a full coverage. Now we're gonna go in with Tarte's latest foundation, and I did tell you that they've released a couple powder foundations. This is the Amazonian Clay Blurring Powder Foundation. I do have a review over this, but what I have found with this particular product is it works better for me just as a setting powder in my T-zone. I'm gonna try and set my under eye area just because I don't have a loose setting powder from Tarte that I really enjoy. I have a loose powder foundation, but that's powder foundation. I don't want that. That's a little too heavy for under my eye with the concealer already there. So I'm gonna try using this under the eye area. I have not tried using it as an under eye setting powder, but it is more on the lighter side. So I'm thinking it's gonna be okay. And the shade I use in this one is 18N Fair Light Neutral. And I'm using my BK Beauty 108 brush to apply. I am a normal to oily skin type, so always need to make sure that I powder down my nose especially, and my T-zone. I'm not gonna do any powder on the perimeter of my face because I'm gonna be doing a cream bronzer. Do I have cream bronzer? I think I have cream something. We'll have to see. And I think it looks okay under the eye area. Again, I'm only using it because that's what I have in front of me. Normally, I don't use this powder under the eye area, and I probably won't again. I just rather go in with like a loose powder, but this definitely does a good job in the T-zone. So now I have a new bronzer. This is their new Shape Tape Glow bronzer. So if you want a glowy bronzer, this might be something you want to check out. I don't think they've released this in the mini size yet. I think right now it's just the full size, and I'm struggling to open it. Why is that? So here is what it looks like. I think there's one or two shades. I honestly don't remember, but I'm a little disappointed with the packaging of this. This feels really cheap to me. Not really what I'm used to with Tarte. Usually they have pretty nice packaging, like this right here, this powder foundation I just used. This is nice. Like, this is a really nice packaging, but this is really on the cheap side. So let me grab a brush. I'm gonna use this one from Wet n Wild. This was from the Little Twin Stars collection. And let's start bronzing up the complexion. I was so excited about this bronzer. Yes, I do like a matte bronzer, but I am one of those that really wants a healthy glow going on. And that's probably a little weird coming from somebody who has normal to oily skin. Usually people with oily skin, they're like, no, we want to be matte, but I've always been the opposite. I want to have that glow. So I don't mind a glowy bronzer at all. I will not use it on my nose. I will use a matte bronzer on my nose, but I don't mind putting it anywhere else. Now I do have another bronzer that I think I might reserve for the cheekbones. And maybe I'll do this on top. Okay, so here's that bronzer. I like it. I think it looks good. I don't feel like it's overly glowy. I think it's the perfect amount of glow. Now I also picked up this palette. This is a trio. It's called Clay Play To Go, and we get a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. which I think for some of you, this could even work as a highlighter, the blush. But let me try the bronzer. The bronzer is a matte bronzer that's in here. So I'm gonna apply that to the cheekbones, and then I'll probably top it with the Glow bronzer, just so that we can try everything out. So I'm taking this BH Cosmetics brush. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Let me take care of the other side. Now I'm going to use some of this bronzer right here on my nose, since this one is the matte. Now I'm thinking I'm not going to add the Glow bronzer on top, just because the blush in here looks to be like a shimmer blush, a glowy blush. So I don't want it to be an excessive amount of glow. I mean, I like to glow, but you know, I don't want to look like an oil slick or anything. So now I'm going to go in. Do I have another blush? Let me make sure. I know I have another highlighter. I have a new highlighter that Tarte came out with. So I'm not going to use this one, although I think they're both going to be rather similar. But let me go in with this blush first. I'm just using this little BH Cosmetics brush. Oh yeah, that's definitely a glowy blush. So for some of you, again, this might be a highlighter. Wow, it looks like a highlighter on me too. And for some of you, you're gonna just use it as a blush topper. Yeah, I don't know about this being a blush. Like, even for me, that I love a glowy blush, this might be a little too much. I feel like maybe I need a little something matte underneath, and then just have this be a blush topper. Pretty shade though, but not exactly what I was expecting it to be. Okay, so this is their new highlighter, and I believe this is the mini size. This is called the Amazonian Clay Shimmering Light Highlighter. It's in the shade Champagne Glow. That's what it looks like. Let me swatch them. So let me do this one first. So there it is. Now let me do the one in the palette. Oh yeah, they're different. So this is definitely a more pale gold, and this is a more yellow gold. Both pretty though. Do I think you need them both? Probably not. I'm gonna go in with the single highlighter, and I'm gonna use this Alamar Cosmetics highlighter brush. Ooh, wow. Blinding. I love a blinding highlight. That is a beautiful highlighter. Very smooth. Okay, let me go over this with my beauty sponge. Whenever you feel it's too much, just get your beauty sponge. It is a miracle worker. Okay, wow, that's a beautiful highlighter. Both of them are beautiful. The palette is really pretty too. This is just like a nice one and done, but the blush, you have to want a glowy blush. I think it's going to be best used as a highlighter or a cheek topper. So let me go ahead and do some setting spray. I have this one from Tarte. This is a really nice one. Maracuja Miracle Mist. This has that aerosol, very fine mister. I don't have any Tarte brow products, and nope, I didn't pick up any Tarte brow products. I'm pretty set on brows. You know, I have mainly drugstore brands that I use, so I'm gonna pop off camera, take care of the brows, and when I come back, we're gonna be trying out 2 new eyeshadow palettes. All right, guys, I'm back. Brows are on, lips are on. I picked up one of the new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow, and the shade that I picked up, I think they released like 6 different shades in this, is a shade called Golden Glow. That's what it looks like. I'll swatch it on the back of my hand, but I do have it on already. So you can definitely use this alone, which I think it looks really nice with my peach top, or you can use it over a lipstick, whatever you want to do. Or maybe just use this and some lip liner. That would be nice too. I just have this on, and I like it. I like it. I think it's, I don't really have a shade like this, like in a gloss or anything, and the way you push it up is just pushing the button down here. So I like it. This was released at Ulta. This one is from Ulta. I haven't seen this yet at Sephora. Sephora got the plumping ones, the ones that went viral on TikTok, which I do have one of those. I have the shade White Peach. I feel like I like this one a little bit better, at least the shade a little bit better. Okay, so I picked up two different eyeshadow palettes. This one right here that I'm gonna go in with first. This one is only available at Sephora. I haven't seen this one yet at Ulta. And this one is called the Breezy Eyeshadow Palette. And the packaging on this is really nice. That's why I'm surprised with that glowy bronzer. That was cheap packaging compared to the other packaging, you know, that Tarte usually does. But we're gonna start with this palette first, and then let me just show you the second palette. So I won't leave you in suspense, although you probably saw it in the thumbnail. This is the Tartelette Jewel Palette. This is available both at Ulta and Sephora, and I wanna say both of these are on the Tarte website, and perhaps already at QVC, because QVC has been getting a lot of the new Tarte releases. Like, they get it first, and then it launches like on the Tarte website and Tarte retailers. But all of this stuff, guys, is from Sephora and Ulta. Okay, so for this palette, I'm gonna start with this shade and then work into this shade. These are the only two mattes, and then we'll go from there. Let me see if I can use all 6 shades in this palette. Now, I've already primed my eyelids using the newly reformulated Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I'm taking that first shade on a Rephr 15. Is it a 15? Yes, it's a 15. I haven't gotten or haven't bought a Tarte eyeshadow palette. It feels like forever. I'm trying to think, when was the last Tarte palette that I bought? And I seriously can't remember. Tarte does a lot of neutral palettes, and both of these are neutral palettes. But since it's been so long that I picked up a Tarte palette, and since they were releasing a lot of new stuff, I decided, well, let me just go ahead and get them, try them out for you guys. But I like doing colorful makeup. I like colorful makeup looks, and I'm not always attracted to neutral palettes. I mean, I am, but I would rather buy colorful palettes. But the little one, this one over here, Tartelette, that really caught my attention. And at first I was just gonna get that one. And then when I saw this at Sephora, I thought, well, I can just incorporate them both into this video. And this shade is blending out perfect. Like, this is a really nice transition shade. All right, now same brush, I'm gonna go into that darker matte. Now, I don't know that I'm liking the cool and then the warm, because I felt like the first shade was a bit more cool tone. Now this is a warm toned. I don't know that I'm liking that contrast. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Kind of think you just need to pick one or the other, perhaps. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be using, okay, let me do, maybe I should pack this on the lid, and then I can use this like in the center, and then we can reserve maybe these two for the lower lash line, and that can be for the inner corner. I think that sounds good. Let me go ahead with this shade. So I'm using a damp Morphe M124. All I do is pick up the product first, and then I spray the brush with some setting spray. That is a beautiful shade. Okay, let me get a little blending brush so I can blend out that edge. I'm using a Rephr 13. There's no product. I probably will go in with that darker matte shade though. Just along the edge. Picking up the darker matte. That looks really good, in my opinion. That looks really good. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of that darker gold shade, that shimmer. I'm just going to apply it right here. Now if you wanted more payoff, then just use a damp brush. I think with my finger, it's looking perfect. I think it ties in really well with the lippy too. All right, now on this Refer 26, I'm going in with the darker matte shade. This will be the base for the shimmer. Same brush. Now I picked up some of that red shimmer. I did spray it. That's a pretty shade. Now on a Refer 03, I'm going to go in with this shade and I am going to spray it. And this is going to be the inner corner highlight. Perfect. I'm impressed with the palette. I think it's a winner. Now, eyeliner. I think I have a brown Tarte eyeliner. Let me grab it. Okay, so no brown. It's black. And this is a dual-ended. There's a retractable, this is the pen side, and then it has the retractable pencil on the other side. So let me just give it a good shake. I haven't used this one in a while. I want to show you, because I did get some lashes, but I want to show you the mascara, how it looks. I do have a YouTube short video on the mascara so that you can see what it looks like with like no eyeshadow. You can really just see the mascara. If you want to check that out, I'll make sure it's in the Tarte playlist. But before I apply the lashes, I want you to see how it looks with just the mascara. I'm just tight lining. All right, now let's go in with the new tubing mascara. I got this one from QVC because they had a special, 2 of them for like $28 or $29. And I like tubing mascaras. This one has done a really good job of holding up on my lashes. I did take this one with me on vacation. And the times that I wore makeup, it did a fantastic job. No smudging, flaking, smearing. Now some of you have asked me about my lashes, if they're real. Yes, they are. I have used Revitalash for over 4 years. There is always a write-up on my lashes and my Revitalash journey in the description box of all my videos, just because I've been using it since well before I was on YouTube and it works. I'm not sponsored by them, never have been. I just use it because it works. And while it's pricey, it lasts a long time. A bottle that says, or a tube that says 6 months, I can get at least 8 months, 9 months maybe, because I use it every other day since I've already built up my length. But if you're just starting out, you got to use it every day. Like you need to, in order to get your lashes full and long and all of that good stuff. So this is how the mascara looks, and this is how the look looks with just mascara. These are the lashes I'm going to apply, and I'm going to do it off camera. They're like half lashes. I hope you guys can see that. So this is my first pair of Tarte lashes. I've always heard good things about Tarte lashes. So let me pop off camera, apply these lashes. What style are they really quick? They are the Maneater accent lashes. They're vegan. Does it say anything else? Maneater. I guess that's the style, Maneater. And I'll be right back to show you all the completed look. All right, guys, so here's the completed look. These lashes, and here's a closer look at them. I love them. All I did was just kind of just trim the inside a little bit, just because most lashes have like a little piece sticking out on the front. So I just trimmed that off, and perfect. They're lightweight. They're not overly exaggerated. They're not dramatic. They're just the perfect accent lash. I love it. I just added some black eyeliner in the lower waterline. And I really like the way this look came out. Really like a smoky, brown smoky eye. I love the red on the bottom. I think it looks really cool. Let's jump over to the left eye and start working with this little Tartelette Jewel palette. Okay, guys, so as I was opening this palette, the 2 shimmer shades, this one and that one, popped right out. I'm gonna have to put some super glue on the back of them and put them back in there, but I don't want to hold this up too much. So we have these 2 are like the textured shimmer shades, and this is like a more smooth shimmer shade right here. So I think I'm gonna save this like for the brow bone, and then probably definitely use this on the inner corner. We'll see, but I'm gonna go in order right here with these 3 matte shades, and this is what I'm gonna use like in the crease, the transition area, and then of course in the outer corner. So I'm gonna start first with the lighter shade. The lighter shade is called Bauble, and I'm using the Refer 15 again. All right, so I like that shade. Perfect shade. Nice little pinky peach shade. All right, guys, so the same thing with the mattes in this palette, like the browns specifically. There's a cool tone, and then there's what I think is a warm tone. So I'm going to go in with a cool toned. It's called Stacked. And I'm taking that on a Rephr 15. I feel it's cool tone. You might not feel it's cool tone. I think it's a little cool tone. So maybe this like peachy shade will kind of warm it up a little bit. I mean, it did all pool together over here, but that's because I did that shimmer shade all over. I don't know. Sometimes I like the cool and warm together, and then sometimes it looks a little funny, and I think in browns is when you can really notice it. I like that shade. I like them both together. I think they look nice. Okay, now I'm going to go in same brush with Lavish. Now I'm going to go back in with the first shade called Bauble. All right, I like that. That looks pretty good. All right, now I'm going to go in with the darker shimmer shade. It's called Precious, and I am going to spray the brush. I don't know why when I saw this palette online, I thought I was going to get plum shades, but these are more brown taupey shades. That is beautiful. I'm going to reserve the other textured shimmer shade for the inner portion. All right, same brush. I'm just going to flip it around. I'm going in with that other textured shimmer. I'm going to spray the brush again. Ooh. Okay, Tarte, we see you. This little palette would make a good gift. Just make sure the pan is not gonna pop out. That happens though, guys. That's not, happens with all palettes, from inexpensive to very expensive. It's glue, you know? It doesn't last forever. Just adding a little bit of the darker matte. Just kind of blend here. Now on a Rephr 26, I'm going in with Stacked, which was the second matte shade. The one I felt was a little bit more cooler toned. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna do a little bit of that pinky peach matte right underneath this. Picking it up on the same brush. Just placing it below. Now on a damp Rephr 03, I'm going in with that pale gold. This is the one that's not textured, but man, it still packs a punch. Okay, ooh. I don't think I'm gonna do any on, well, maybe let's just do a little bit of that shade right there on the brow bone. All right, guys, so I forgot to tell you this, but I bought the mini size of the Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This has been well loved in my stash since, I don't know, for years, so many years, like 10 years at least. But I got the mini size just because I have a lot of mascaras, and by the time I finish it, it'll probably go bad. So I'm gonna add some of this to the lashes. I'm gonna apply the other accent lash, probably just do the same black eyeliner, and I'll be right back to show you this completed look. All right, guys, so here's the completed look. Same eyeliner for the lower waterline. I went in with this one from Moira. This one is the Eye Exposure Pencil, and it's in the shade Peach. And that's about it. The mascara, again, it's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, the mini size. I like the way both of these looks turned out, guys. I think they both turned out really well. Pleasantly surprised. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video and share with you guys my final thoughts on all of these new Tarte goodies. All right, guys, so I have officially used everything that I picked up in my recent Tarte haul, and I'm happy to report that I didn't encounter any duds. I think the biggest complaint I had was the packaging of the new Glow bronzer, but this is a nice bronzer. This is a pretty bronzer. Wish it came in more shades because I honestly think there's just one shade available. This one, they didn't have a mini size, so that's why I picked up the full size. But if you're looking for a new glowy bronzer, this might be something you want to pick up. I think it's a really nice formula. The Amazonian clay, like blushes, highlighters, bronzers and stuff, it's usually a really good formula. They always have really good reviews and I've never had any issues with them. This glowy bronzer is no different. So if you want a bit of a glow, then this is definitely something worth checking out, minus the packaging, which I feel is a bit on the cheap side, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the face palette. This was the Clay Play To Go Trio. Was this the mini size or is this the full size? I feel like this could be the mini size. I don't remember. Everything's going to be linked in the description box. But I think I paid 21 or 22 for this, which is, I guess, a good price point for Tarte. You do get a mirror up here. The packaging on this is a lot nicer. I really feel like this is going to be a blush topper or a highlighter. Not really a blush. I just wish maybe it was more of a satin instead of like a shimmer blush. I think that would appeal to a lot more people, but the performance is great. The formula is good and it's a nice little mixture of shades in here. The two eyeshadow palettes, wow. Wow, I am really impressed. The packaging is really nice on this as well. You do get a mirror. This one is called the Breezy Eyeshadow Palette. This one is available at Sephora. The other eyeshadow palette, which is this one where the two pans popped out, thank goodness they didn't break. This is the Tartelette Jewel Palette. This is available at both retailers and I believe already on the Tarte website, but this was a nice one. I did think it was going to be more of a plum or like a little bit of purple leaning, but it's not. It's definitely brown, maybe a little bit of pink in there, but it's nice. And they're both nice neutral palettes. If you're looking for a new neutral palette, maybe you like the Tarte formula, you need to update something. I think either way you want to go. This is going to be the cardboard packaging. This is going to be a little bit of a nicer packaging over here, but I think either way they're pretty good. The shadows do perform really well. The lashes, perfect accent lashes. These are the Maneater accent lashes. These I got from Ulta. Exactly what I wanted. Exactly love it. So far the primer, this is the new smoothing primer face tape. So far this is pretty good. Maybe you've already tried the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, which is like that clay based primer or the putty primer. Maybe that's a little too thick for you. This is going to be more lightweight and I think, you know, the foundation went on top of it perfect. I'm gonna have to keep playing with it, seeing how it works with other foundations, but so far first impressions, I'm really glad that I picked it up and I look forward to using it again. The lippy, so this is one of the new shades, or this is like a new shades. I know it's a new shade. The shade I'm wearing is a Golden Glow, but this is the Maracuja Juicy Glow. Is it a lip gloss, lip pen, whatever you want to call it? But you do just click down here and that retracts the product up. It's a nice shade. It's more of a metallic. I don't know, how do I feel about this? Like the more I look at myself, the more, I think it's just because it's a metallic shade. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but it's nice. I think I'll pair this with maybe a lipstick or a lip liner and then do this to kind of just mattify it a little bit, but it's a different shade for me. I'm not mad about it. I'm going to continue to use it. The highlighter. This little highlighter over here, this is the mini one of the Champagne Glow. If you're gonna pick up the trio, then I don't think you need to grab this one, but it is a blinding highlight. Like it's a beautiful highlighter. It's smooth. You know, it's a cute little gift, and I'm glad I got the mini size. I don't think you need the full size. I think the mini size will suffice. The powder, I've already tried this. This is the Amazonian Clay blurring powder. Again, I prefer this as a setting powder, not necessarily under my eyes, but definitely for my T-zone. Even on the perimeter of my face, it does a good job. Packaging on this is really nice as well. Of course, the Tarte Hydroflex Serum Foundation. This is a winner. I love this one. The Powerflex Concealer, love it. One of my favorite concealers that I discovered. This is just an awesome concealer. The two different mascaras, guys. This one has been a ride or die for me for so long, but I'm loving the new Tarte Tubing Mascara. Definitely check out that YouTube short that I have over this, and if you follow me on Instagram, Instagram, which I hope a lot of you do, I did do a Instagram reel. So it's the short and the reel, they're the same thing. I just brought it over for those of you who don't have Instagram, but that way you can still see some of the content I post over there. You can see it over here on YouTube, but this is a nice one. Nice to be mascara, lasts all day, easy to remove at night as well. And the last thing I had in my stash was this eyeliner. I like the pen more than I like the retractable pencil side, so I would probably maybe just pass on this. I don't think this is a must-have, but maybe you're doing a Tarte haul, you need a new black iron, which I think they did release. You know what? Now that I remember, I forgot to add that to my cart. They did release a new eyeliner, so check out their new eyeliners. I like the pen side more than I do the retractable side. Of course, I love the Maracuja, what is it, the Miracle Mist Setting Spray. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give all of these Tarte products 2 thumbs up. I am so happy with how both of these looks turned out. I'm so happy with, you know, just the way all of my makeup looks, like the way it feels, just everything. I have a nice glow. Really happy, really pleased, and I am excited to have more Tarte in my stash. It had definitely been a while. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What new Tarte goodies have you picked up? Maybe you've never tried anything from the brand. Let me know what you thought. What are you gonna buy? What are you gonna pass on? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. Cheers. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.